Hello, and welcome to Manga Mommies.
A podcast where we chat about, you guessed it, mangas, and occasionally our lives as parents.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Kyo,
And I'm Kel.
and we are your host on the show. We hope you're having a great Monday. So please, would you kindly get a drink, take a seat, and let's chat. Welcome back, everyone. Today we will be covering the topic dark taboo tropes versus the happy ending trope. Exciting, isn't it?
You
I
know it.
wonder, oh yeah. I wonder if these tropes are just something that comes with the story that we can never escape, or is it something that we actively seek out from time to time?
It's a great question.
It is.
I'm proud of you for that one.
I'm proud of me too. Sometimes it's hard to think. Sometimes I just want to
Great.
nap, the snack.
Oh, I feel you on the naps, man. It's been a long day.
Yeah, 2 under 2. Yeah. Nap time even comes with mommy.
So, what are the dark tropes that kind of get you going?
Ooh.
Like, which ones do you love? Which ones do you hate?
Well, I think before we get all into the nitty-gritty of that, we should probably go over what exactly is a dark taboo trope.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I
So,
didn't have that prepared.
I did. I did. Don't worry, I did. You're like, shit.
Son of a bitch. The one thing I didn't do.
You're like, I knew she was gonna do something against me. God damn it, type, 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 type.
Here I am ready to Google, like, son of a bitch. In the
No,
first 5 seconds, Keo, really?
I knew it was a trick question when you asked me if I was ready. But no. A dark taboo trope is a commonly featured in the dark romance genre, which is a mysterious or morally gray subgenre. Usually romance novels, but moving into romance and other forms when it comes to manga, it's not always considered romance. You know, it can be a relationship that can be considered taboo or forbidden. It can create tension. There could be conflict. There could be a sense of danger constantly. Just dark. I don't know what else to say
Or
after that.
bloating.
There we go. What are your some that come to mind about it? I know you
Ooh.
asked me, but
So, for me, it's things like the huge age gaps or the incest or the forced marriage trope really bothers me. That one gets me every time.
yeah.
And then there's the yandere trope, which is,
Mm,
someone who's very sweet at first, very loving, very innocent, and then overly affectionate, and then starts exhibiting signs of being mentally ill as a result of having too strong a love, just gradually slipping into an unstable mental state. Like, oh my God, I love you so much, I would die for you. But they would actually do it.
yeah, it's one of
That
those
one,
where they'll end the world to save you.
that one is traumatizing.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
why a lot of
couple
people
of
go to the
times where I'm
villain.
like, whoa, stalker.
Oh yeah. But under that trope is a few manga examples that I'm going to give you. Now, some of them don't really go into morally gray as in relationships. Some of it is taboo just based on ethics, personal beliefs, stuff like that. You have Future Diary, of course, Vampire Night, which was our highest episode to be viewed. Still a little shocked on that one, but I also am not, so it's kind of 50-50 for me. And then you have Undead Unluck, which is a newer one, which I personally do recommend. It was kind of hilarious for me. My personal favorite, Mars. Also Blackbird. Triple X Holic is one. That's a classic. Black Lagoon, Black Butler, Life. Everyone's favorite, Berserk. And also Tramps Like Us falls into this category. But it also falls into the happy ending trope as well. You ain't got nothing on that one, did you? I gotta get that one too, huh? Okay, I can do that. It's
Yes,
fine.
yes,
It's
you do.
fine. It's fine.
It's all on you this week.
It is all on me. It's all on me. So sad. But like I said, going on into the happy ending trope, a little bit on that one. It's usually the storytelling trope where the protagonist survives any physical danger, sometimes mental danger, to achieve their goals and complete their mission. In stories without physical danger, the happy ending might involve lovers overcoming obstacles together. The phrase happy ever after, in quotes, is the common way to end the fairy tale, and it indicates an happy ending. Now, it also can be a very crappy entire manga where you're just frustrated with the two characters because they won't get together. It's the will they won't theys, and at the end they magically end up together. Sometimes sporadic, sporadic. That's it. Cut all that out. Sporadic.
I like sporonic though. That's such a nice
Sporadic.
word.
Yeah, I am so tired. Everyone, please forgive me. So, what are some examples from your point of view, Kels, before I give away some mangas in that area?
So, for this one, I picked sort of the tropes that I genuinely enjoy reading. So, things like roommates to lovers or the marriage of convenience, but they're not like 100% opposed to actually liking each other. And it builds from there. Or when the unrequited love suddenly becomes requited, and it's just this gorgeous ending of like, yay, it actually happened. So, those are probably like my favorite ones.
Yeah, I can see that because some of my examples actually fall on that. Manga examples would be My Happy Marriage, My Love Story, which is a very cute story, by the way. It's not very long, but it's very cute. Another favorite, Train Man. Then you have the classic Inuyasha, Princess Jellyfish, Ouran High School Host Club, Full Metal Alchemist, that actually does have quite a bit of a appeasing happy ending. The example from before, Tramps Like Us, does have a considerably a happy ending. And another one that could actually go into both categories would be one that some people may not be familiar with, which is called Pre-Tier. And the only reason I say that it could be going into either, because it is technically, it falls under the storyline of like Cinderella mixed with Magical Girl kind of feel.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one, it falls into it where it ends up does having a happy ending and it's really fairy tale-y like. Problem with it is that in order for her to become her magical girl self, she has to what they term as preet with boys. So the guys become pretty much her outfit. They go into her body and become like her outfit. And the problem with this isn't because it's a guy doing it like that with a girl, because in the manga and in the anime it looks really sexual the way they do it. It's that the other, I guess, guys who had died in the previous, who were reborn, they're kids, so she has to do this with a few kids too. So it's a good story if you can look past that weird aspect of it,
Yeah, I
because
mean,
they both become naked, like they're both naked in front of each other when they become spiritually together. It's a whole thing. It's crazy. It's a whole thing. It's worse in the manga than it is in the anime, because the anime, they don't have the youngest one do it, and they don't actually have the other two kids do it until later on toward the end, when they all have to do it like together as one person to defeat whatever. But in the
mhm.
manga, she does do it with every single one of them individually, and it's a whole the whole thing.
That's um, for knowing nothing about it other than the words that you have just said, that is disturbing.
It is. And like I said, at first it's almost Cinderella-y, because it's her mom, I think, died, and then her dad got remarried to a girl, and she got, I think, one or two, no, she got like a stepsister or something. And it's like, she had to move in with them in their big house, and she's used to her small house, and she just loved it when she was, having her own, and she was really depressed and everything else because everything's new. Oh, no, it is two stepsisters. And she just happens to be the chosen one on this group of really handsome guys and three grown men and three kids, and it's like, oh, you're the chosen one. I have to keep using the word preet because that's the word they use for, I guess, them transforming together. Preet with me. And I'm like, oh god, that's so cringy. But like, if you look all past that, like if you can just look past that, story's really good because it doesn't focus on that at all. It's just, even her as the main character is grossed out by it, especially when it first happened. She's like, what do you mean you're inside me? And she's just like freaking out. But they just embody their powers to help her. It's just when they first transform together, they're just both naked, and it's kind of so. But I love the
Yeah.
story because it has a really great ending. It's got a big twist. It's got, I just like the ending because the ending's a lot better than some endings are. I don't know why I'm just talking about this like it's the only one that I could be talking about.
I I mean, you're gonna
Okay.
do what you do, and we
Well,
talk about random shit, and
we
this
do.
is, something
Well,
that you find interesting that I know nothing about, so that's cool.
yeah, I'll have to show you the PDF of some of it so you'll actually understand it later. Because like I said, it's good if you can look past that. It's just strange that it happens this way. And like I said, it's kind of like going for a Sailor Moon mixed with Cinderella mixed with I know there's another one I'm not thinking of right now when it comes to like magical stuff. And like I said, the other example I have that can go for both of them is, Tramps Like Us as well, which is, an interesting one as well because that one has a guy that pretends to be a girl's pet dog. Yeah, there's a lot more to that, but I just don't want to talk anymore. Look, I rambled enough on the other one. I feel like I'm like, oh God, and I'd become a file.
I mean, you have a wider variety of experience with mangas that would fall into these tropes than I do, so
Well, yeah, it's just got a lot of dark themes to it, and it's got interesting concepts with it, but it's not mainly focused on that,
yeah,
just like how
that makes sense.
just how like Vampire Night, spoiler warning, not spoiler warning, she ends up with both of them technically. I mean, Berserk has rape in it, an amount of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just, like I said, are you there because it's just a trope and it's going to be there, or are you purposely looking for it? And I think that actually defines on what makes you as a person when it comes to reading a manga.
And I mean, everybody's got their preferences, and as long as we don't try to take some stuff into the real world, it's okay.
Oh yeah, no, 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 no. Though if I ever was
Like,
to happen to fall into a well into a magical land,
yeah, I mean, like, there's some things that I'd be cool with.
Inuyasha.
I have no interest having somebody hump their brother, so please don't do that.
No, no. Ah, no, thank you. Have a great day. Yeah, no,
Because I mean, like,
Train Man and My Love Story are two that I'll actually go to towards a lot. Because it's just a cute little story.
but it's like, when I think of, like, Butler, where I'm like, "Alright, yeah, I mean, I'd sell my soul to a demon to nom nom that shit if it meant that I could have a pretty good life for a hot minute."
If they only stop at the first season and not keep going to the others. I refuse to watch the third one. If it's already out, I still refuse to watch it. I don't know if
I
it's out or not
refuse
yet.
to acknowledge that there's more than season 1, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
that's where I'm at with it is, like, I refuse to think that there's more than just season 1, and I will always only think that there is season 1 because it wrapped up so beautifully, there was literally no reason to change it.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, there was no reason for that.
No, I don't see a reason for it. I didn't see. I know a lot of it had to do with fan service, but
Well, then, like, fan service it differently, like, get him to, like, do some shit to another child. That sounds way worse than it was.
yeah, we're
Eat
really
some other
focusing heavy
kid's
on the
soul.
over here. Like crap, we're going. Ooh, ooh, my editing just got worse. Okay, none of this shit ever happened.
Eat some other child's soul.
Ooh.
I mean, I guess like, what do we want them to, like, take away from this episode?
Well, I think for me personally, it's just which way do you think about it? Do you think that it is just a trope that just these two tropes are just something that's going to be in every single story in some way, shape, form, or fashion? Or at times of the year, are there certain things that you have to go out, you have to seek because it's not going to be in everything? Like for me, when it comes to dark tropes, I do in the fall, we'll sit there and go and I will reread and rewatch Vampire Night, which is why it was a big one for our manga of the month.
Yes.
Or not manga related, I as much as I do think it's somewhat of hilarious how I got into it, but I will still sit down and actually watch Twilight. I'll watch it, I won't read it. There's two different things with that. There's two difference for a reason because it's funnier to watch it for me. The more the vampire-esque or the werewolf, or another example would be Millennium Snow. That one's a good one too. That's got the whole vampire versus werewolf love interest. So, it can go either way. Now there's times where I reach out for everything, and there are times where I just know it's going to be in the story because it's you either got a happy ending, you got a sad ending. That's usually the two main ones.
Yep.
Usually there's some kind of dark forbidden thing, especially in the darker romances or in the just darker themed, like the manga Life is more darker themed because it deals with, I don't want to say psychotic, but it's more psychiatric ways of thinking. She cuts herself, watching her blood drip is supposedly watching her bad feelings or bad emotions leave her body. It's a whole psychosis.
Yeah.
thing. And then you got contrast of Mars, which is, has some of those same themes in it, suicide, sexual assault, all that kind of stuff. But the way that those characters deal with it is like completely 360, some of them, to what the characters in life do. So it's kind of, what makes it a better story.
Mhm.
Does it have to have that trope? No. Do some of us like certain tropes? Yes. I would ask for everyone's thoughts, but I have yet to get any comments from anyone.
Apparently, we only take feedback from the ghosts.
Ghost? What ghost? I get a hey, they watched it, or hey, they didn't.
Get that? A ghost.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Full Metal Alchemist can be considered a taboo, too.
Which one?
Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah.
Yep. They all somewhat can go either way. I just picked the ones that had more of the actual happy ending, or what can be considered a happy ending. Now, some of them, some people aren't happy with the ending, so it's a lose lose situation for me.
Yeah.
I can't
That's
win. So if anyone ever wants to send me snacks to help me drown my sorrow, that'd be great. I'm just kidding.
If you made it this far in the episode, we want to say thank you. We couldn't do this without your support. If you'd like to subscribe and become an official Manga Mommies member, the link will be in the show notes. For Manga of the Month, the PDF, copy, or free website will be located below. If you feel up to it, like, subscribe, or share our podcast so we can find more people just like you. We hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever time that happens to be, and we can't wait to see you next week.
Stay tuned, and thanks for listening.